Hey, South by Southwest. My name is Rudhir Kristal, and I'm making a submission to talk about the art of having difficult conversations for South by Southwest. And I'm excited to make this submission. I practiced law for 15 years. I was a partner at a law firm practicing litigation. I was a lawyer at Apple negotiating deals on behalf of the company. And it's critical to think about that I was a lawyer practicing. I was surrounded by lawyers for 15 years. We get trained to litigate, we get trained to advocate, we get trained to negotiate some of the most complex deals. And yet what I noticed in the workplace, in the corporate workplace, is that oftentimes, despite being trained to advocate and to speak, folks had difficulty having dialogue about some of the most simple topics with their colleagues down the hall. And if you relate anyway, where there are topics that you might avoid, or people avoid topics with you, even assertive people avoid some topics with certain people. And so just noticing that in our workplace, people talk about having an authentic workplace. They talk about being in authentic relationships with each other. And yet there's not a lot of learning and training and lessons on how to do that. And so for the last several years, I've been having conversations in the workplace about how to have a difficult conversation. And I go through practical tools, I offer a framework, I offer tips, and I actually have the audience interact and dialogue and practice with one another. And so it's not just a one-to-many dialogue, it's actually a many-to-many dialogue where we get people to actually practice the tool in the conversation. And so I'd love to offer this, and I'd love to submit this for your space, for your conference, and I'd love to be a part of it. And so hopefully you find our submission compelling enough, and we'd love to see you at the conference. And so if there's anything that you need or anything else you want to know from us, I welcome you sharing with us. And otherwise, I find it to be critical to have this understanding on tools on how to have difficult conversations. I think it allows all of us to advocate for ourselves in the workplace. It allows us to connect and be real with one another. It allows us to build meaningful workplace community and be our authentic selves at work. And if you agree, I'd love to be a part of your space. So thank you so much for your time and for listening to this. And again, if you need anything else from us, please reach out. Thank you so much. Cheers.